Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I have a new kind of video for you. I guess it's not like that new, but I don't think I've ever done one of these on my channel. And so today I'm going to feature my top 5 luxury or high-end products and my bottom 5. I used to do this series on my channel called Fast 5, and it was where I would feature like, you know, my top 5 of whatever, but I never mentioned my bottom 5. So I've seen a couple YouTubers here on YouTube. Duh, that was Department of Redundancy department. I've seen a couple of YouTubers do these kinds of videos, top 5, bottom 5, and I love the idea. I enjoy watching them. I figured you guys would as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make so many people mad in this video unintentionally because some of my bottom 5 are ones that I know a lot of people love and I don't think are worth the money. But let's start on a positive note. Let's do my top 5 first. I'm so excited. I've been excited to do this video for a couple days now. So I'm excited that it's the weekend. I'm done teaching for the week, and so I can like breathe and film. So, well, it's the weekend when I'm filming this. I'm not sure when this is going on. Okay, Jessica, stop talking. All right, so the first one that I think is absolutely worth the money is this RMS Beauty highlighter, and it's called their Living Luminizer. Now, this product is a highlighter, but it's a very different style. So it's actually really small. It's like the size of a cream eyeshadow. And this one is a white kind of based color, but it doesn't come on as white. So it's a really creamy product, but it is more like a gloss. And I don't own anything like this in my collection. It's just a really glossy finish. I put it on today. Let me put on a little more so you can get an idea of kind of what it looks like. So you just kind of pat it on and it just has this really glossy, luminous finish to it. And I think it's so, I can't say natural, but more natural than anything else I've used while still looking nice. And it looks like you're glowing and it's just like that kind of, the effect you see, like I think of like a lot of the models that are marketing a lot of kind of glossy highlighting products. This is exactly the kind of product I feel like they're using. And this, I have the Living Luminizer shade, which is this one. So the other shade I have is Master Mixer. I like this one as well. It's more golden. But I like the white one a little bit better, probably because I'm fairer, more fair. But this one is really pretty as well. Again, it has more of a golden tone. These are hard to swatch and see because they're not that kind of a product. But they're so beautiful. I love that the packaging is like frosted with the lid. I don't know why, but I do. They have another one out that's like a more rose gold one, although Master Mixer is kind of that rosy gold as well. Anyway, I haven't tried that one, but I love both of them. They're absolutely gorgeous. The perfect, like, like when you see people, only a handful of you guys are gonna understand this. And if you do know what I'm saying, comment below. But I feel like I watch some people and they're getting ready and it's like absolutely flawless. I'm like, what? But I'm like so jealous. I'm like, man, like that was so simple. They were just like, and it was so beautiful. This is that kind of a product where I feel like I'm like, and it's just like freaking flawless. That's this kind of a product. Did that make sense? I bet it made sense to some of you. Next product is this Hourglass eyeliner. This stuff has completely changed my life. Seriously. And it's the Hourglass 1.5 millimeter mechanical gel eyeliner in the shade Obsidian, which is like their black. So it's retractable. It is the thinnest, tiniest eyeliner I've ever seen. Now they sell these in single packs, which is what I bought because I never tried it before from Sephora, but they also sell it in triple packs. So you can buy a 3-pack, which honestly, I'm probably gonna buy that next time. So it's a super skinny, thin eyeliner. You don't have to sharpen it, it's mechanical, but it is the blackest thing you've ever seen, creamiest thing you've ever used. And I put it today, I can tight line like, and it's done. I can do my waterline and it stays all day. It's so precise, so creamy, so long wearing. I've never tried any product like this before in my life. It's amazing. If you feel like you've never really found a mechanical eyeliner that you've loved that stays put, maybe you want a waterline one, maybe you just want one to tight line, you want it to be super precise, this is amazing. Now, I've never done like winged liner with it, only because I always use a liquid liner that's got like a really pointed tip to kind of create that shape and fill it in, but I feel like you probably could. It might be a little too thick. It just kind of depends, but it's so amazing. I totally recommend it. hands down, totally blew every other eyeliner out. Now, there's a lot of other eyeliners I love, but this one, because it's so precise as well, is why it's kind of just jumped up in the ranks for me. The next products I have to mention I'm wearing on my eyes today. I tried to wear, I think I'm wearing everything that's in my top 5 on my face today. It is the Milk Eye Pigments. Now, these they sent to me a while ago, but you guys know a lot of the products I own are sent to me, and I will tell you whether I love them or hate them. In fact, some of the products that I'm gonna mention that I hated were sent to me. So I'm always honest with you guys. That doesn't sway me one way or the other. But these are amazing. And I keep showing them on Snapchat as I always show these on Snapchat when I'm getting ready in the mornings because I usually snap and show like what makeup I'm using that morning, etc. Well, these keep showing up because I'm using them every day. So the shade I'm wearing today is called After Party. And it's this beautiful, you know, these are just little creamy pigments. You need the tiniest bit. In fact, this is a ton. But this is like a really pretty pinky shimmer. And I just love it. These freaking stay put. In fact, I need to wipe the swatch off right now because it will stay there until I get like an oil-based cleanser to clean it off. But they're so amazing. They don't budge. If you wanted, even if you didn't want to put it like on your lids or whatever, if you wanted to do like an inner corner highlight and you did not want it to move, which why would you want that to move? And I feel like inner corner highlights are notorious for like disappearing after an hour or two. But these, like if you dip a thin, tiny brush in it and put it in your inner corner, it is not moving. You could be crying and it doesn't move. So the shades I like, of course, are the more neutral ones. So I have the After Party one I just showed you. This one is Gig, which is more of like a bronzy gold. Then like a nice light gold is Hotel Lobby. Then they have, oh, I like this one too. This one's in the shade All Nighter. But then they have these fun like silver colors. They also have a purple, a green, a blue, and let me just show you. These are so ridiculously, oh my gosh, look at that. It's like comical how unbelievable it is. I mean, these are so amazing. So when talk about like packing a punch, these pack the punch you want. So if you do want some color, if you like that kind of a thing, this is amazing. You could dip a liner brush in it and use it as liner if you wanted, because again, it doesn't move. So now my next favorite high-end product that I bought are these NARS Velvet Lip Glides. I own 2 shades. I think these are the 2 most natural in the bunch. I think so. But this one is in the shade Bound, and it's this beautiful kind of blue toned. I'm gonna put it on top of the green. But it's this beautiful blue toned pink. But then I bought very recently this shade in I almost said Pigpen, like from freaking Charlie Brown. That's awesome. Playpen, and it's a more peachy shade. And I'm wearing it today, but I've been drinking coffee, so I'm looking in a mirror over here. I'm sure you could have figured that out. Just looking in the distance and wistfully applying. It's so, these are really pigmented, but they're not like totally see-through opaque. They're pretty much opaque. Oh, don't talk and apply, Jess. But they're really more just like this beautiful, I can't even say a wash of color. Let me swatch this next to Bound so you can kind of see both, see the difference. So this one is Bound, that one's Playpen. I almost said Pigpen again, oh my gosh. But these are so comfortable and they look so healthy on the lips. So for me, for my everyday, I'm not wearing all the time a bright red lip, a bright berry lips. I love red and berry lips. Some of my favorite looks I've ever done on myself. But for every day, most of us are just wanting something that makes your lips look nice, but it's not hard to keep up. It's not something that you're worrying about looking crazy and smudged all over your face throughout the day. And these are the answer. They're really pricey, but they're comfortable. They're beautiful colors. They look so healthy on the skin, and that's why I love them. They're kind of like this whipped mixed with gloss formula, and they're comfortable and they don't feel sticky. And so for me, that is a total win. I love it so much. Okay, so my number 5 is this Viseart palette, and it's in the neutral matte shade. Now, it's not necessarily this one that I think is totally worth the splurge, it's any of them. These shadows are on a completely different level than any shadows I've ever used. I'm wearing only this on my eyes today, mixed with the Milk pigment in After Party if I can find it. So this is all over my lids. And then I use this for everything else. So the thing that's amazing about these are, I mean, the packaging is no nonsense. They're not trying to sell you on the packaging. It's completely, like, you can tell these are geared towards makeup artists. Even the little symbol is like a makeup artist kind of director's type chair. But what's amazing about this is the blendability and the pigmentation. Any eyeshadow, even drugstore, can be crazy pigmented. But the difference might be that they're not as easy to blend. And these have both. I felt like, and I love this, and I also love my Kat Von D Shade and Light eyeshadow palette. That one is absolutely on par with this one, but I do think this one is just like one step above. But they're both so close, and even similar shades, that either way you go, you're gonna be so blown out of the water. But this is the one I picked for this video, because I feel like, and I wore it today, I'm wearing some of these neutral, I'm wearing actually this kind of like warm brown color all over my crease, and then on my outer corner I have the darker brown, and I also have that on the lower lash line. I use some of these, I use the white one under my brow bone, I use these to kind of blend everything together. I think I used a little bit of this brown in the crease as well. But the thing about this is everything, like, you start to put something on, you're like, ooh, I accidentally got that a little farther out. So you grab a clean brush and you start blending, and it blends like freaking a dream. I've never, ever tried shadows like this in my life. And I think I've always thought like, oh wow, this shadow blends really well. But then I tried this and I was like, holy moly, this is what people mean by it blends really well, this. So now I compare everything else I own to this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is just like, I'm clearly at a loss for words. If you've never tried this and you have like a gift card, or somehow you have it in your budget, or you can save up and buy, they have a couple of these palettes, and I'll put them on the screen right now, the different options they have. Find one that really speaks to you shadow-wise, and if it's in your budget, try it out. Now, I will say that the Sonia Kashuk dupe for this, I can't think of what it's called, but I'll put that on the screen as well, is really close to this one. Again, the blendability is different, but it's still a really good palette. So if you're really attracted to these colors, try that out. See if you like it. Because, I mean, it'd be better to spend less and at least try the colors out first and see if you like it, and then maybe splurge, because it's not worth buying something like this if you don't even like the colors. Who cares if it blends well if you are never going to use the colors in it, right? Okay. I have a sixth item that I'm like, well, that ruins the top 5, and top 5 is way catchier, but there's one more that I feel like mentioning because it is so, so beautiful. And it's really new too. It's the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops, and it's their coconut gel highlighter. Now this reminds me a lot of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector liquid, and I have that in Opal. Let me show you a comparison of this versus that. So the Marc Jacobs is, you know, it's expensive. It's really expensive. But if you're watching this video, you know all of these products are expensive. And just strap in, because I'm about to tear 5 products apart as well. But this is the beautiful packaging. It's the same as their coconut gel primer, which I have. They've got a lot of products packaged like this. Slow down. Where it's this nice frosted heavy glass. Not ideal to travel with. And I travel like once a month, but I love it. And it's got the nice, you know, white little lid, great pump. The pump is one that you can totally control how much comes out. So the shade of this, by the way, is Do You. I don't remember if they had other shades. So it's this beautiful light gold shade, which I think is beautiful on every skin tone. I've got a lighter skin tone, and this still looks nice. I actually put this on my décolleté today. I'll put a little bit more, just because I had put the RMS on today and I didn't want to like mix that. But oh no, it's getting on my hair. But it's so beautiful everywhere. You could mix this with a body lotion. You could mix this with a foundation. You could put it on its own, which is typically how I wear it, just in my kind of highlight regions, on the tip of my nose, etc. So that's what that looks like. Now, I have the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. Now, the shade, honestly, formula-wise, I think the Marc Jacobs one is maybe a little bit thinner, but it's so slight. But Opal is a deeper color. It's a more kind of bronzy, but again, even if you have a light skin tone, don't be scared of this because it still looks gorgeous. It looks kind of deep compared to that, but it's still beautiful. So if you're like dying to try it, that's not a reason to not buy it because it really is beautiful. But I think I like the Marc Jacobs one better. Now, Becca sells different shades and they probably sell a shade similar to this, and I'm sure you guys that have tried it can tell us below and we'll all kind of thumbs it up so it can kind of climb to the top of the comments. But I'm sure some of you guys can tell me what is kind of the equivalent shade of this and this. But I guess the reason I'm mentioning both is that they're both amazing, but I was really blown away with how the coconut gel highlighter, I feel like it stays on all day. It has this beautiful coconut smell and just this gorgeous packaging and just all of that combined. And I think with my skin tone, this shade looks better. You know, it's a little bit closer to my skin tone. Not that if you have a different skin tone than me, you can't wear it, because of course you can, it's a highlighter. But I was just so blown away and I haven't heard like anyone talk about it. So I had to mention it. Thank you for letting me say my 6th item. Now on to the stuff I didn't love. First thing, so many of you guys are gonna be mad. Mad. It's the Anastasia cream foundation. What do they call it? It's their stick foundation. Here's the thing. I am obsessed with the packaging, which is why this has been on my little, and I know I'm not alone, but I have like on my phone in my reminders app, or maybe it's in my notes app. I probably have it on both, let's be real. But anyway, I have a list of products on my phone that I want to try. So I'll watch YouTube videos because I watch YouTube videos more than I watch TV, and I know a lot of you guys do too. So I watch tons of YouTube videos, and every time I see something that I'm like, oh, no, I want it. Well, this has been on that list forever. So I finally bit the bullet and bought it. It sucks if you have dry skin. Now, if you have oily skin, this might be amazing because, again, the packaging is literally, I don't know why. I mean, it's so simple. There's nothing that special about it, but for some reason, I am so drawn to this packaging. Like, I feel like no matter how much I declutter, I don't want to get rid of it because it's so pretty. And I want to be able to compare it to my Hourglass Vanish foundation, which I'm wearing today, which is like my, again, I wanted to mention, there's so many products I could have mentioned that I love that are high end. I had to cut it off. But I do love my Hourglass Vanish foundation stick. It is the best foundation stick I've ever found if you have dry skin. It glides on. You could use it with a beauty blender. You could use it with a brush. I love actually the Hourglass brush. I will link both of them below. I literally have like 5 shades. I love the Hourglass foundation stick. Anyway, this one is horrible for dry skin because it just clings to everything. Now, it's not to say that the Hourglass one doesn't cling a little bit, because it does. But the Hourglass one is so unbelievably flawless and way creamier that I forgive it for that. Because anytime I've gone to any makeup events, what was I wearing? Hourglass Vanish foundation stick. Anytime I knew my photo was being taken with flash photography, Hourglass foundation stick. Anytime I travel, Hourglass Vanish foundation stick. Like, I always wear that one. So this had like big shoes to fill and it just didn't fill them. Now, I do think this shade is a good shade match for me. So if you're similar to me and you're dying to try it, or maybe you have oily skin and so you know like this is very mattifying in a way. And again, like if you have dry skin, it clings right to that. But I have it in warm porcelain and it is perfect for me. So beautiful packaging. I'm really sad because I love my Anastasia dip brow. That's what I'm wearing on my brows today. I love the freaking triangular brow pencil they have. I love the regular Brow Wiz. I have all of that in medium brown. I love the Anastasia Renaissance palette, Modern Renaissance palette. And I cannot get my hands on the freaking Mario palette. It's like sold out every time I try to buy it. Anyway, but I love Anastasia, hated their foundation stick. That's my 2 cents. Another product that has been touted a lot on YouTube, and it's not that I hate it, it's that there's no way it's worth the freaking price tag. And it is the Yves Saint Laurent, or YSL, Touche Eclat Radiant Touch little wand. Now, I always group this with my concealers, but it's kind of in between a concealer and a highlighter. And when I say a highlighter, I don't mean something that's glittery and like ba-boom, glow. I mean something that's brightening, and that's why I kind of put it right in between. But I always house it with my concealers. And if you've seen like my concealer declutter video, this was with them. I kept it because I don't hate it. But, how did that just drip out? So you click the back, and it's this little brush, and It's this kind of concealer shade. I have it in the shade number 2. It's a concealer shade, but when you blend it out, it's not necessarily meant to cancel out dark circles, things like that. It's more meant to just brighten. But even for that, I don't think it does a great job. Like, I feel like, okay, I have a drugstore version of this that's way cheaper that does a better job. So this is the number 7 Radiant Glow Concealer. This stuff does a way better job of concealing and brightening. This stuff is way, way cheaper, if not like half the price, maybe a little bit more. I bought mine at Target, and I've had this for as long as I've had this, probably a year, maybe 2 years, and I keep talking about this one because it's better than the YSL one. I'm telling you, this number 7 one from Target is so gorgeous, and when you put it on your under eye, especially if you don't have like big things to conceal, I'll just use my finger to tap it in and it blends instantly, and it is so gorgeous. And so I'll never, ever, ever buy another one of these. I'll use it up because I spent the money, and you know, it's not bad. It's just that there are cheaper alternatives that are better. And when I can find a drugstore dupe that's better, then this is not worth the price tag. Of course it's in my bottom 5. Not that it's bad, but because there's one better for way cheaper. This next one is so expensive. Now this one I didn't buy. This was sent to me through Oculi, which is amazing because they'll send you free products from all these really nice brands as long as you talk about them. And they don't care if it's negative or positive, you're just supposed to review them. I'm like, perfect. And so a lot of YouTubers, a lot of Instagrammers, a lot of people with bigger social media presences use Oculi because it's like the easiest thing in the world. But I love that, you know, if you've got a negative review, okay, then share it. But they want people just trying all of the products. And I think that is so awesome because, you know, there's a lot of shady companies out there that are like, you can only talk good about our products or we won't send you anything. And I'm like, then no thanks. Either send it, but know that there's might be a negative review, or don't send it at all because I'm not gonna guarantee a positive. I mean, that's just like literally ethics 101. Anyway, I'll link it below if you're curious about it. Anyway, so I was sent this through them, and I had just been trying it out. I posted on Instagram about it when I first got it, and I was like, you know, I'm trying this out. So far I like it. Well, this is their Rouge Interdit lipstick, and it's in the shade 13, Rouge Interdit. So it's like their classic red. I just felt like it was nothing special. It's not that it was like, you know, it's like the worst drying, most drying lipstick ever. No, it was that, how is this as expensive as it is for just a normal lipstick? Like, I feel like the Rimmel lipsticks are exactly the same, where they've got pretty good pigmentation, but they don't stay all day, so you have to reapply, and that's about it. Like, nothing, like the Marc Jacobs lipsticks I love because I freaking put those bad boys on and they're so creamy and like crazy pigmented, and they're beautiful, they're comfortable, they last so long. Well, they're about the same price tag as this, and this is just like a normal drugstore, like Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick, which I love, but for the price tag, I'll buy the Revlon ones. Why would I spend way more, like 6-7 times more, for something that does the same thing as the $7 lipstick? You know what I'm saying? So for that reason alone, this was a huge pass. The packaging's okay. It's got like that kind of, in my opinion, cool but kind of weird packaging. I mean, it is what it is, but not worth it. This next one, I did a whole Is It Worth It video about it. If you've never seen my Is It Worth It series, it's a whole dedicated video about different really expensive products, and I demo it, I try it on in front of the camera close up and show you like, is it actually worth the price tag or not? And I love doing those videos, so I'll link the playlist below. I did one about this. This is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Jaclyn Hill talks about this all the time. I love Jaclyn. This is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and she loves it. Now, I do know that a lot of times when she'll apply it, she'll like cover an eye and do it just because it is oil-based. It'll mess with your mascara and liner and stuff like that. This is just too much. The only way I've found possible to wear this is like if I put it on maybe right after foundation with nothing on my eyes, or maybe before foundation like a primer. But again, I've got a million primers I like way more. Now, I've got dry skin, so if anyone would want a dewy skin mist, it would be me. And it's too much. It's beautiful packaging, beautiful spray. That's about the only way I can do that, where I just kind of like, I just breathe that in hardcore. Now, Tatcha is known for having pretty good ingredients. I mean, great stuff that this brand is doing, but I just didn't feel like this has a use in my makeup collection. I feel like I can't get rid of it yet because I want to just keep trying it out. Like, why does she love it so much? Why do people love it so much? But I don't know. Like, this is one that I'm like, no. Try the beautiful Milani setting spray that I love that is way cheaper. That stuff is amazing. I will link that below as well underneath this because I use that every single day. I'm already like halfway through it and I've never gone through setting spray that fast. My last product that I'm gonna mention that I thought was absolutely not worth the money. This is nearly $70 and it's from MAC. I just bought it a couple weeks ago. It's the MAC In the Flesh palette. Now I did a get ready with me with this and a bunch, actually some of these products were in it. A huge like Sephora haul, get ready with me first impressions kind of a video. And this was so unimpressive. Now, I like MAC shadows, I do. But like this was so expensive when I could have gone in and bought all these shadows separately and bought this like holder without saying In the Flesh for even cheaper. And I thought, wow, when I looked online, I'm like, these shadows are totally right up my alley. I will love these. Well, there are way more lighter shades than it appears online. And some of the shimmers, like this one here, is like this weird, patchy, like almost pigmented, but it gives you fallout. It's just kind of patchy. And then the rest of the shades are just so similar. I thought, what? Like, I love the matte black. I love a lot of these, but like this silver color I'll probably never wear. These two are almost the same exact color. Same with these two here. Like, I don't know. I just felt like for the price tag of $70, you could spend $20 less and get a Naked palette or the chocolate bar palettes or the freaking Lorac Pro 1, 2, or 3 and find shades that you really love. Totally not worth the money. The looks I got with it were okay. I mean, you know, the blendability is all right. I mean, it's MAC shadows if you ever tried one. They all differ so much. That's what's frustrating. I feel like so many MAC shadows differ wildly. And so you never really know what you're gonna get. And I feel like back in the day that wasn't the case, but I don't know. Lately I've been very disillusioned with a lot of MAC products and this was just another one to add to that list. And I'm on MAC's PR list. It's not like, you know, I do like a lot of MAC products. I love their Fix Plus. I love their cream paint pots. I love their strobe cream. So there are products I love and there are a lot of MAC shadows that are absolute holy grails. But I felt like out of this, what I'll probably do if I don't end up returning it is popping out some of these shades and replacing the ones I don't like with other shades. So I don't think it's worth the money. So those were my top 5, bottom 5, or really top 6, bottom 5 of products that are high-end or luxury that I loved or hated. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was fun. Again, it's just makeup. Don't take it personally. But I hope you enjoyed it. And while you're here, I hope that you will subscribe and tap the little bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. And otherwise, I hope you'll catch me on my social media, which is JamBeauty89 on all of my platforms. And come say hi in the meantime, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.